Hi, welcome to Elevate Sessions by Vyom, where we discuss everything robotics, UOVs, drones, and everything happening in the deep tech space. Today, we are discussing how NextLeap's drones are transforming agriculture and defense with innovation and indigenization. Agriculture has always been at the center of technological evolution, from tractors to automation and now UAVs, which is why today we will be joined by Tariq Ahmed, COO and co-founder of NextLeap Aeronautics. We also have Aditya Agrawal, founder and COO of Vyom OS. We will talk insights about agricultural UAV adoption, recent regulatory changes, and the advancements that are making drones more intelligent and effective. So over to you, Aditya. Let's get this amazing session started.
Thanks, Ritika. Hi, Tarek. Thanks for being here.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Let's start with NextLeap. What does NextLeap Aeronautics do?
NextLeap Aeronautics is something what we founded to be one of leading companies in India, which gives innovative products in aerospace. Right, that's a blank statement. We just did not start with just drones in our mind. We wanted to be an aerospace company, right? So that's the vision of the company, to have products which bring about change in the industry in India.
Let's start with the origin stories. How did you founders meet? How did you decide to start NextLeap? What was the original idea?
Okay. There are three of us, myself, Tariq, and there is Alvin, and then there's Gajendra. So this is the founding team which started this company way back in 2018, 2019. Me and Alvin happened to be classmates from university. We were also working together in our first company. It is National Aerospace Laboratories, which was making civil aircrafts, SARAS program in 2007, 2008, that period of time. So I know Alvin from a really long time. We go back a long way. Whereas Gajendra is our senior in our education, and also Alvin and Gajendra were working for the same company at some point of time, wherein they met in France, in Toulouse, in a casual discussion, and then this idea of developing aircrafts for India came up. So the aim to develop electric VTOL aircraft, that was the start. In 2018 and 2019, there was this buzz of electric aviation across the world. There were so many companies, startups. There was a census of almost 200 plus companies across the world who were trying to develop electric aviation, electric aircrafts for the markets. And that's when we thought the three of us have complementary skills. So Alvin is a complete aerodynamicist. He works on flight physics, aircraft sizing, preliminary design, and things like that. So he could design the overall configuration of an aircraft and the computational fluid dynamics that goes behind it. Whereas I am mostly a mechanical person, so I have worked in aircraft structures, aircraft systems, fluid systems, jet engines, jet engine instrumentation, jet engine hot end casing structures. So I could make these physically, or maybe using CAD or drawings, and how an object is, or a product is conceived from its idea, and how it's manufactured, and how it's fitted into the aircraft. So this is my skill. Whereas Gajendra is a systems person. He works on system architecture, software, avionics systems. He's worked on very well reputed companies across Europe, doing this for a really long time. So he's one of the experts. So within the three of us, we felt that we could develop this design ourselves with just a little bit of support, and that's what we did. And when we had this initial idea, then we brainstormed mostly out of Alvin's home or my home in the weekends. And then the concept took some shape. It became an idea, or a CAD design, which we could show to someone and say, this is how it is. This is how a person would come. This is how the passengers would sit. This is how the pilot is going to be sitting. Controls are going to be here, and things like that. So we made a basic concept out of it. And then there was Electropreneur Park, our first incubator in Delhi, who appreciated our idea and took us into their incubation scheme. So this was the real push, wherein an idea became a company, which could function, which had some official backup from an incubator, and some help, finding a place to work out all that. So this is the start of the company, to give you in a nutshell.
That's very interesting. And you guys started before, well, 2021, which is the when the drone rules came out and market opened up a little bit. But you were before that, right? How was that time period? How did it affect you? And what did post 2021 bring for you?
Okay, a lot of things here. So first thing is, post 2021 is when we pivoted our design, our company's goals towards drones and unmanned aerial vehicles, small wing platforms, and things like that. So before COVID, we also had developed a multidisciplinary optimization code, basically a code which takes into account the fundamental physics of aircraft sizing, how big a wing should be, what's your CL, what's your velocity of cruise, what's your stall speed, a lot of things that form or give rise to the design of the wing shape, the wing size, the position of the tail with respect to the wing, the position of the engines, number of engines, and so on. So all of these we had coded, which could give us an optimization run, which could tell us which would be the best aerofoil for a given weight target, which would be the best range for an available power, and so on and so forth. So this optimization code is what we work, and this is what Alvin had done in his previous job. So we had good experience of creating this code. So once COVID came in and once we were out of that, and we had that intellectual property with us, it was developed within the company, and that was our strength. And that gave rise to a situation wherein we could design drones, small fixed wing aircrafts, in a much faster way, right? So that gave us that advantage. So we could bring a concept to manufacturing in a very short period of time, because we knew that the physics that has gone and is very correct. It has gone through the number of optimization cycles, and we are fairly confident of the results. And we would also validate it with computation, fluid dynamics, and FEA, and a few other tools. But the number of times that we have to go to the drawing board, that was reduced. So this is our start, and then drones came. And then because only in 2021 the drone rules were announced, the market was open for making drones. And then we also we just came out of COVID after a time wherein we could not do much. We were just chasing investors and things like that. But then we saw a very good opportunity. The drone market in India was opening very nicely. There was a lot of requirement for drones. So that's when we started designing drones and started pitching them to customers. So the drone rules was definitely something which was helpful in changing or pivoting the company's vision.
Very, very interesting. And so today you play in the agricultural drone space. Could you talk a little more about that?
Yes.
How are you positioned in the market? What do you do? And why agricultural drones?
Okay. So the agriculture drone market is now the booming sector. As we see, the maximum number of drones are being procured in this field, primarily being the operation is very clear. I mean, the drone is flown within the field of view of the pilot, within the visual line of sight, and the automation that has come in terms of flight control software is made it very user friendly for a lot of people to be able to fly the drone. So that's what has made this market as big as it is now. And that's when we felt the most number of demand is going to be this field at this point of time. So then we saw a lot of other companies making drones, and many of them had even asked us if we would be happy to design a drone for them. And then we thought, okay, if a lot of people are asking us to design a drone for agriculture, there's definitely some market here. And we, having worked in the industry for a really long time, we understood the way how products are designed. In a commercial or in a professional environment, there are rules and regulations or thumb rules which define how any design is made or any process is made in a corporate world. That discipline gives a very robust product, right? What sort of fasteners to use, what sort of materials that you use in combination with each other, how you design a particular part. So these are our strength was the industry discipline. And when we looked at drones, we felt that a lot could be done to improve the reliability of these drones. And that's when we thought, okay, we will have a go. This will be our take in making an agriculture drone, because there are quite a few other competitors who are also doing the same thing. And how do we stand out? Right? There's so many people in the market. So what is our USP? And our USP is reliability, is the design workmanship or the workmanship of the drone itself that you would see. Many of our customers have come forward to us now and appreciated us for how the drone is built. And that came from the quality of definition, the definition of the design, which came from the discipline of the industry backing our industry experience that we had before. And it's looking good. So we've been in the market for almost a year now. Our drone was certified last May. So we have supplied to a lot of satisfied farmers now across the country. Our drones are used in all the way from Punjab to Tripura to Tamil Nadu. So we have covered most of the the country, length and width. So we have had a lot of other government or supply orders which we have supplied as well. So we have supplied drones to training organizations, individual farmers who want subsidies. So many, a wide variety of customers, and that's been going well now. And we hope to have a good future in this coming year as well.
Excellent. So the future for agricultural drones does seem bright in India. What are the major challenges, roadblocks that you foresee need to be overcome, however, for it to reach its full potential?
Yes, in India we have, in 2030 we need to be the drone hub. Right, that's our vision as a country. So to reach there, we would require to reduce our dependency on components that are imported from abroad. So that is the challenge that we have to solve, not just as NextLeap, but as an industry ecosystem as a whole. So we are partnering with indigenous manufacturers of motors in India, indigenous manufacturers of a lot of subsystems. So we have type certified our drone with as many indigenous components as we could. But as the future lies, the complete vision of Drone Hub will only be realized when we have an ecosystem in India, wherein you could get motors from a company, some components, carbon fiber company, metal manufacturing, plastic manufacturing, systems, GNSS systems, flight computers, batteries. All of the components that go into a drone are manufactured within the country. And so now the growth in the market is making it viable for a lot of new companies to come to provide these subsystems. So the Indian drone companies could integrate them into their drones and realize the goal of like 100% indigenized drone components.
Excellent. NextLeap also participates in the defense sector, Tarek. Can you talk about your participation there?
Yes, so we've been, once we stabilized our agriculture market, now we are looking into manufacturing drones for the defense sector. So we have launched a couple of small drones for surveillance category. And so these are, again, designed in a manner as we would do in our professional environment. Reliable, very user-friendly, very intuitive designs. So these are the components that we are launching recently, and then a few more to be launched in a few months. and we are sure to enter into this market very shortly with the design defense customers, so that we expand our portfolio of products. Uh, and defense is also something which is really looking into drones now. There's a lot of emphasis on drones, as you could see the conflicts around the world that has given rise to innovative solutions, innovative usages, things that we had not imagined before, that how you could use a drone to do a particular mission. Those are becoming reality, and this market is evolving right before our eyes, right? So 6 months from now, 1 year down the line, this market is going to be somewhere else. It's going to keep evolving with just the creativity of the engineers being the only stop, right? So that's an exciting thing that's coming up as well. So that's where we are trying to put in what best we could do, and bring in innovative products which will meet the requirements of our defense forces.
Black Drongo is the product that you have designed.
Yes,
Talk about that.
that's a very tiny drone that you could keep it on the palm of your hand, and with a thermal capability. That is something which we are excited about. And there are other products also which are coming closely in the next few months, which we are excited about.
Very good. You have your ears close to the ground. You hear what the farmers and the agricultural market needs. What does the Indian defense need? You talked about indigenization. What else is needed for the ecosystem to really make us a well-equipped country in that regard?
Yes, so the defense forces, or any defense force, would require drones, a varied portfolio of drones, right from nano drones, which could do close quarters surveillance, all the way up to winged long endurance, high altitude long endurance platforms, right, which do the bulk of surveillance. Drones which fly for more than a day, for continuously, at very high altitude, and things like that. So these are the wide spectrum of products that any force would require, and we are also closely observing what uh, the other countries around the world are developing, where they are going, and we feel that the future is there in the large drone category. We will have to make our own India's large drones. Things like, for example, I could take the example of TB2 Bayraktar from Turkey. That's a very well exported drone, and so we have to have so many variations. There's a jet powered drone that we will require for the armed forces. There are so many opportunities that are out there. People are talking about combat air teaming systems, wherein a primary fighter aircraft is tailed by a wingman, unmanned wingman, drone, which does various tasks, or also gets as a decoy. So a lot of exciting things are coming up. So the drone market in India next few years is looking really good.
Very interesting. So NextLeap has moved from designing passenger taxis to agriculture to defense. What products or markets do you see in NextLeap's future?
Yes, we still hold close the dream that we started with, right? So the five-seater passenger drone, passenger aircraft, sorry, uh, the electric VTOL. So that's still close to our heart, and we are just observing the market. We're just looking for the right time, because as and when the regulations mature. Uh, so we have recently seen electric VTOL regulations released by the DGCA, with a lot of regulations that are clarified with respect to vertiports. So a lot of things are happening from the regulatory side as well. So we are observing that, and we would like to bring that aircraft to the Indian market as and when the time is right.
Very good. And so you talked about, you already talked a little bit about India's future. Could you talk about what you think is the future of the drone industry in India or abroad?
Yeah, so the drone industry, the number of use cases that are happening, right? Initially, people had drones to capture photographs, for just mapping. Now agriculture. There's a lot that are happening across the world in terms of firefighting, window cleaning for high-rise buildings, uh, industrial inspections. We are also, in the receipt of a lot of inquiries from various industries for very specific things, things that were previously not imagined that could be done. People are asking us if a drone could do that. So the applications, it's gonna increase a lot, right? For example, if there's a very difficult spot on a platform, in the sea, which you can't reach, if someone wants to inspect it or perform a particular task, which we would mean risking a human, to put in a situation which is not very safe. Can a drone do that?
Right.
So these are the sort of things that the industry is going to improve towards. So that is where, because the imagination is only is the limit here. So people can imagine that a particular task can be done. Yeah, we will see. Can we not do that? We had a robotic arm put on a drone, which went on top of a pylon and picked up some stuff and then came back in a few minutes. Otherwise, you would have to send some person. It's going to be not a safe climb.
Right.
But that particular task was done in a few minutes by a drone with just a simple robotic arm. Now, so that begs the question: what more we could do? What if I put a more sophisticated robotic arm? What if I put some other tools, a camera, a thermal camera, different sensors which could detect a particular object or particular fumes. So this could make the life of human beings much more safer in the industrial sense. So that's where the drone is going to go. People are going to keep innovating with new use cases, and then these use cases are going to benefit the society at large.
That's the absolute future that robotics and drones should bring to us.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much, Tariq. It was great having you on the webinar. It was really good hearing from an industry veteran like yourself. Very best of luck to NextLeap Aeronautics.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks.